EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Smith will come in motion right. A first run now for Kyron Williams. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Stafford. Throw out wide is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And he will find his man on the outside. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now here's Young. He'll find McMillan here. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
Young now from the 50. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Stafford. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion comes the tight end left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Ethan Evans now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
J.C. Horn, really nice defensive effort. He'll get the tackle for loss.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
Stafford. A quick throw there is incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? One for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's good for a Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw is Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
1-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Stafford. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Harrison Beavis on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake, Young. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third down.
The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
To the sideline and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll look to Williams to begin things. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Here's a 2nd and 5. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
It's now 2nd down.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Throwing is Stafford. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the Panthers coming out now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. Looking to throw, Young. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Third down, Young from the gun. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over first and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. First and 10 upcoming. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
That's good for a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
$3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10. Now Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Puka Nacua. Incomplete. Covered by J.C. Horn.
The Rams on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Ethan Evans on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Up the middle, it's Williams. Down to about the 37.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Another Rams 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now it's Stafford. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right through. And they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A gain of 9.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart, because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with, because if you go ahead and just just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
Brings up third down.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. On the run, it's Dowdle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll try to throw now. Young. Looking middle, and that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Now Young. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw, Young. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's Kyron Williams running out for another possession. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 20. On play action, they'll throw. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 42-yard line.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 40.
That's good.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Rams first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 94 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
They run it again with Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 4 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do, because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
Panthers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. That's complete to the rookie from Colorado. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
Young to throw it. They'll drop that down to Hubbard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts,
That's good for a
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then
he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Young will set to throw. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you. The rain, maybe not quite as heavy as it was earlier, but still coming down pretty good as we prepare for the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, what a juke into space. And they do finally get it at the 12. A big play there for Carolina. 57 yards on the ground.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus, not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Rico Dowdle, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. One play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Rams first down. A gain of 9 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 115 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. It's caught. Smith. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. They'll run for it. It's Corum. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
First down. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Rams.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down and 3. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
It's a gain of
And this is where play action can be so effective. Your running game's been the driving force on this possession, so as a defense, you start shifting your focus towards stopping the run. But if an offensive coordinator sees that, he can take advantage, and they get good yardage there.
On the jet sweep, here comes Puka. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And his kick is indeed good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. But I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They run here with Dowdle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Nifty move. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Throwing, Young. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Young takes it on the sneak. And he is going to have the Panthers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First down. First and 10.
Focus after that run isn't how many yards they gained. It said they gained a first down, and they've been running it well all game long.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Panthers first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Braden Fisk on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Rams' 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. They run again with Dowdle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
First down.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
It'll be first and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, second and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Bryce Young taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Made a great read there, CD. Good decision to keep it.
And I think what we just saw there is someone understanding that throwing the ball through that traffic can also be fraught with disaster. Keep it, use your legs, get into the end zone.
On is Fitzgerald now for the PAT. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Stiff-armed him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brought down by DJ Wanham.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Here's Stafford. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The sack goes to Chris Barnes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chris Barnes drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Here comes the Rams punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Delay of game, offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still 3rd down.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Young quickly to the flat. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jimmy Horn Jr., a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
Fingers. That signifies the 4th quarters here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
A second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And the tackle there by Chris Barnes.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. 2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. From the gun on third down, Stafford. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. Takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action. Young. There's Trimble, the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Young working out of the gun. This is caught by McMillan. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Young. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Young to throw it. Checks this down to Hubbard. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the shotgun, it's Young. That is caught. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective,
Didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Rico Dowdle with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers will add to their fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. This is 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Throwing is Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On the ground with a tight end. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the field.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping towards midfield, so not as crazy as if they were back at their own 20.
Showed a little faith in the defense too, right?
Yep.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Stafford. His throw incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
To throw is Stafford. inside the 25. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Corum now on 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Here's Stafford. The left side throw complete to Adams. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
1st down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Los Angeles.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
The 1-yard line.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Now it's Stafford. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Chris Barnes in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Rams 23.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. This is 1st and 10. One last throw here for Stanford. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. What a thrilling 4th quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a 1-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.